So for me, nature journaling is just going outside anywhere in nature, anywhere. It can be the smallest park in a city or the biggest national park in the country, and spending some time looking at, it can be anything, plants, animals, clouds, rocks, anything outside, and just spending some time writing and drawing about your observations in nature. And I've been doing it for a couple of years now, and I have found it just the most useful and joyful practice, hobby thing I do outside in nature. Of course, by drawing and writing, you get better at those things. So if you are interested in becoming a better drawer, if you're interested on practicing writing about nature, it's great for those things. But I think the skill that it develops the most is curiosity and scientific thinking. So of course I have a scientific training, but just in the last couple of years, getting outside and spending some time looking really closely at very small objects out here in nature, I have realized how much I need to build my skills of asking good questions, thinking about how to answer those questions, and just being curious in the natural world. So it's a really wonderful tool for practicing those skills. And I have just learned a ton in the last couple of years that I've been nature journaling. And to show you a little bit more, I thought I would give you a little bit of a tour through my current nature journal. All right, so here is my nature journal. And this is the very first page that I did almost 2 years ago now. So you'll see as I flip through that my drawing's getting better, my painting's getting better, my handwriting's getting better. And if you actually took the time to read my notes, you would also see that my notes and observations and questions were getting better. But I'll just show you a couple of the things that I've done over the last couple of years. This is some notes and drawings and ideas I was having about the bluebells in my backyard last March. Let's see. I went backpacking sometime of year in August of 2020, and I was comparing eastern hemlocks and red spruces in the campsite where we were camping, and I saw some salamanders walking around the campsite at night. I also went camping. There's a lot of hiking and camping in here because that's how I like to spend time outside, but this is a really cool way to remember those experiences. So at White Rocks Overlook in the George Washington National Forest last October, I was sketching the landscape in the valley from the overlook. And then the next day I came home and sketched one of the trees in my backyard and what one of its leaves looked like. In Alabama last winter, I was at a stream and I was thinking about the rocks in the streams and how the rocks overhead the spring where I was sitting had fallen off over time, and some lichens near where I was sitting. Sometimes it's very word heavy and I'm just going for a spring hike and looking at some of the plants around me, but primarily just taking some notes about what I'm seeing. This past spring, I saw a wild ginger here at the Clifton Institute, so I was drawing what the plant looked like, what the flower looked like, a tiger beetle that I found. This past June in North Carolina, I sketched a landscape of the stream that I was sitting by. I saw a roadkill armadillo, and I don't have armadillos up here in Virginia, so I took the time to sketch what the roadkill armadillo looked like and think about the scales and the patterns that I was seeing in the scales. And of course, always asking questions about what I'm seeing. That's really the most important thing in any page in a nature journal, is trying to wonder about what you're seeing. Let's see. And then just last week, I was in Cape May, New Jersey, watching ducks. More ducks. Love ducks. Some skimmers on the beach. Some migrating monarch butterflies. And this is another really wonderful thing about a nature journal, is that now I have this permanent record of a really great vacation that I took. So it's a great way to remember the time that you're spending outside.